This is really going to be a fun episode today. We're going to be talking about screening with Todd Stittelberg, the Antler King himself. What I want to talk about specifically right now is social stress. There is so much information out there, and good, not needed information on how nutritional stress can negatively impact our herd, how hunting stress impacts. We almost never talk anything about social stress within the whitetail world, and that is a really big deal.
Yeah. You know, generally, if social stress gets talked about, it's you know, how do you handle so many mature bucks on your property? But, you know, most of us have probably seen a couple does fighting. You know, they get back up on their hind feet and they're flailing their front feet. Why are they doing that? Well, it could be there's too many deer on the property, but many times it's probably due to they're fighting over food in most instances.
Limited resource.
Exactly. So, you know, that certainly is a social stress we have to be aware of. But, you know, commonly we're going to be talking about, okay, social stress on bucks. And so as we manage our properties and as we see more 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-old bucks, you're certainly adding to that social stress. It'd be like a single guy going out to the bar and he's got this, every night he goes there, there's a bully that just makes life miserable for him. No different in the deer world, right?
And what's that guy probably going to do? After going there 4 or 5 times and getting bullied, do you think he's going to come back a 6th or 7th?
He's gone. Exactly. He's going to leave. Exactly right. And we've all had it happen to us where we've got a large number of mature bucks on our property and all of a sudden we start losing some.
And when does that loss generally start to happen?
You know, generally late summer, early fall, you know.
Right before, during the beginning, and why? Oh, breeding season's coming up.
Yeah.
And I want to be the man.
Right.
But I can't because that bully in the bar is beating me up every time I step in there.
Exactly. So, you know, one thing you hear people that are involved in football talking about stretching the game, stretching the field. Well, I look at it as I'm going to try to stretch my property. And let's just say I've got a 1-acre food plot. If I put a section or two of our barricade, you know, a strip or two of it in there, and so if this buck comes out in the northwest corner and he can't see this other buck on the southeast corner, we're reducing a lot of social stress right there. And so, you know, that's certainly an easy way to utilize barricade and reduce social stress.
As I've said many, many times, whitetails, if they do not see you, if they do not hear you, if they do not smell you, you weren't there to them.
No,
it's
you're
the
right.
exact same way within the whitetail world. If that buck does not see that other buck, if he does not smell that other buck, if he does not hear that other buck, he may as well not be there. And simply going ahead and dividing off that food plot, is it going to make it so that that buck never goes to the other side? No. But if both of them are in the front half, they end up getting a little bit of a tussle, well, odds are not horrible. He might be able to go to the back half and be left alone.
Very true.
Rather than, I've got to head all over there to neighbor George's. Because neighbor George, he don't have no mature bucks. But he's got plenty of, neighbor George also kills a whole bunch of stuff too that we'd rather he didn't, which is 100% neighbor George is right. But simply going ahead and dividing off that food plot can help in those regards. Out of sight, out of mind.
Final thoughts brought to you by Huntworth.
Social stress is huge. You know, it probably is the #1 cause of losing those mature bucks that you've put your heart and soul into for the last 3 to 5 years.
And you can often see it. I'll wrap this up with an example myself. A property I managed in Illinois years back. Stupid high deer numbers. I mean, way too high. It didn't matter what time you showed up on October 5th to your stand. You risked kicking deer off of that food plot.
Right.
Why? Because your most subordinate doe group, family group, need to go out there first. And so they're out there at 11 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud, and here at 1 o'clock comes a little bit more dominant, but still very subordinate family. They kick them off, they get there, and it created a frenzy that these lower groups had to get out there earlier and earlier and earlier, otherwise they wouldn't even get any food. How does that goes ahead then? You'll see it in fawn reproductive success, you see it in body size. When your does are experiencing nutritional stress, pretty much a guarantee your bucks are too.
Yeah.
When your does are experiencing social stress, pretty much a guarantee your bucks are too. And something as simple as using that blockade can be a great help in that.
Oh, there's no doubt. No
Thanks,
doubt.
Todd. This was helpful to a lot of people.